Sure didn't take long for the Kendrick vs. Drake, the Feud, to drop on Hulu. Now, this is pretty recent. I'm sure they probably put this together leading up to the Super Bowl, but they definitely discussed the Grammys. So you know they finished it up, slapped it together, and put it out this week. Now, this is not some deep dive. This is more like a recap. This is more like a tale of the tape. This is kind of good looking at where Kendrick grew up, where he went to school, who he is, and the same thing with Drake. You're not going to learn anything new. You're not going to see some exclusive interviews that are going to make you think. You're going to look at what we already know. You're going to look at a timeline of the events, what happened, who they are. And it's glazed over by a bunch of hosts and radio hosts and interviews. They're not really looking at the deeper issue. They're really focusing on the fact that these two want to be the biggest in hip hop. But I think that's the biggest problem is Drake is borderline hip hop. He's club music, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. It's not my thing. Nothing wrong with that. Kendrick is a thinker. Kendrick is inspiring. Kendrick's got something to say. He makes you dissect his lyrics. He makes you watch everything he do. He's cold. He's calculated. There's a reason why Kendrick is number one in my eyes. But if you like both of them, that's just fine. But looking at the feud and the rap beef, this is just a recap. It's a tale of the tape. It's nothing exciting, and they just kind of push it as they're fighting for number one, and there's so much more of that. There's so much deeper meaning behind those lyrics and things that Kendrick believes beyond just a rap beef, which we know is inflated, which we know has ego involved. You say outlandish things. Kendrick believes his lyrics, and he's got receipts, allegedly, so he claims, what have you. But there's a lot of speculation on some of this stuff. Drake does what he does, and the best thing Drake can do is be on tour right now. The best thing Drake can do is just stand down and leave Kendrick alone for a while. It's Kendrick's year. I don't care who you side with or if you like both. It's Kendrick's year. 5 Grammys. Dropped an album. Blowing up everywhere. World Tour 2025. Come, just let it go, Drake. Go back to the clubs. Go back to what you do best. Out of your rap beefs, you have lost plenty because you don't stay in your lane. Kendrick, Kanye, Pusha T, Common. I said Pusha T. Wow, I'm tired. Pusha T, Common. You're done. You went after The Weeknd. You got one on Meek Mill, but stop. Kendrick's too diabolical. Go back to making music for the clubs and just take your billions. Nobody's got a problem with that.